that which you want to purify. Now, all falls under an-najasa. Ainiya. What is it? We all know that when najasa or filth or dirt occurs on your clothing or your body or even your place, the place where you intend to use it for worship, that najasa ought to be what? Removed. Other than that, it will nullify the worship. If it is salah, the salah that you want to make at that place, or the salah that you are using, you are wearing your garment, that garment becomes what? Nullified. It cannot be accepted because of the najasa that has touched your body, and the place also must be cleaned of that impurity that has fallen on that part. So we say, إذا تعينت النجاسة غسل محلها. إذا تعينت النجاسة غسل محلها. If it is found that najasa has taken place, has touched the place that najasa has touched has to be wiped off. So you are having your clothing, you are in your thobe, and all of a sudden the clothing is touched by najasa. You can see the spot where the najasa touched, where the urine affected, poured on. What do? You just go on to wash off that position, that place. Get hold of the top and then wash it off. That is very easy. Now, we thought, are you going to wash water, pure clean water, as we define? Now, here is another scenario. فَإِنِ الْتَبَسَتْ غُسِلَ ثَوْبُ كُلُّهُ. فَإِنِ الْتَبَسَتْ غُسِلَ ثَوْبُ كُلُّهُ. Here, if the najasa is such that it mixed, occupied most parts of your thobe, you don't know the actual spot that the najasa has touched. Maybe it has spread, like someone is urinating and the urine spills on his thobe. It did not sit on one place, but what? Spread over some few places. What are you going to do? Are you going to get hold of one specific spot and wash it off? So, Shaykh Rahimahullah is saying that Ghusila mahalu Ghusla thawbu kulu. Ghusila thawbu kulu. You are going to wash off the entire clothing. وَمَنْ شَكَّ فِي إِصَابَةِ النَّجَاسَةِ نَضْوَهَا. وَمَنْ شَكَّ فِي إِصَابَةِ النَّجَاسَةِ نَضْوَهَا. How do we translate this? وَمَنْ شَكَّ, and who doubts فِي إِصَابَةِ النَّجَاسَةِ نَضْوَهَا. So here you have a situation that there's no question that najasa has touched you. Najasa is certain that najasa was occurred, but you are not aware that it did touch you or not. Maybe you are moving and all of a sudden maybe water mixed with urine, or maybe urine itself, or maybe feces, or maybe blood is cast at you, but you are not sure whether it did actually touch you or not. You are not sure whether it did touch you. You are sure that you are facing dirt, filth, and the filth is coming to you. You know that something has come there, but you don't know whether it hit you or not. In this case, that doubt alone will make you what? Nadaha. Nadaha means we are going to what? Sprinkle water over the spot, or the area. So you are not going to pinpoint one area to wash it off, but we are going to sprinkle water over this place. Maybe it came to the direction of the hand, maybe at the back or the front side, or the tip of your clothing. You are not sure of the actual spot that it touched. You are going to what? Sprinkle. You put your hand in water like this and then sprinkle the whole place without specifically getting hold of the spot to wash it off. That's what this means. وَإِنْ أَصَابَهُ شَيْءٌ شَكَّ فِي نَجَاسَتِهِ فَلَا نَضْرَ وَإِنْ أَصَابَهُ شَيْءٌ شَكَّ فِي نَجَاسَتِهِ فَلَا نَضْرَ. However, if you are touched about something, a liquid, you are not sure that that liquid that touched you is najasa or not. You are not sure. You don't have to sprinkle at all. يعني فعلم أنه ليس بنجاسة إذا أصابك شيء, and then it water. You don't know, but you know that something has touched your clothing. You go to the bathroom, for example, it happens, and that is unfortunate. That you see water you see a liquid, you should say, in the bathroom, and the liquid touches your toe. Do you know that that liquid is urine or water? Do you know? You are not sure. So you don't have to what? You don't have to sprinkle the water. Now, you take it because you are not sure. Now, but anytime, if you want to be on the safe side, you might like to what? Sprinkle water on it. But as a rule, it is not obligatory upon you to wash, because you are determined that maybe it's not najasa after all. No. Here is another issue. وَمَنْ تَذَكَّرَ النَّجَاسَ وَمَنْ تَذَكَّرَ النَّجَاسَ. How do we translate that? Anyone who remembers النجاسة وهو في صلاة, and at the time when he is in salah, what is he good to do? What should he do? Qatwa, that will mean what? Leave the salah, stop it. So here a brother is making salah, and all of a sudden you realize that maybe he used the bathroom, but he did not make istinja, for example. It happens now. Or maybe he knew that he picked up dirt from home when he was coming to the masjid, but he wanted to wash it off, but he forgot. And all of a sudden he comes here, he makes wudu, and then somewhere after Takbir Ihram, he started making the salah, then he remembers that he has not washed that dirt off his clothing. What should he do? As Shaykh says, what? Stop the salah. To do what? Go and wash it off. Now. إِلَّا أَنْ يَخَافَ خُرُوجَ الْوَقْتِ. Very good. If he is not sure, he's scared that the time might elapse. So, in which case, he might continue. وَمَنْ صَلَّى بِهَا نَاسِيًا وَتَذَكَّرَ بَعْدَ السَّلَامِ عَادَ فِي الْوَقْتِ. Now, in this case, what is at stake here? He made the salah nasiyan. He forgets that he has picked up dirt. And then as soon as he was making the salah, he finishes off the salah, he says Salamu alaikum, and then he remembers. What does he do? Fil work. He has to return back again. He has to return and make that correction, purify himself. And then do what? He's going to repeat the salah. Now. Can you do what? Yes, you can do that. You can do that. But normally, if you intend to, you have wiped on it and you want to intend to make salah in the shoe, of course, you have to clean all the substances, all the dirt attached to the shoe. Or take the whole shoe off and then make the salah. It's very easy indeed. Yes, you can take it off and then make a salah. So before you want to make salah in the shoe, you have to make sure that the shoe is very clean. It has not touched any harm, any dirt or any filth. Because if so, then of course the salah will not be will be accepted because of the attachment of the dirt or filth to your shoe. Now, so the shoe must always be clean before you can make salah in it. Go and then you take your shoes off in the middle of the slide. That's right. That's right. Do you then need to make it the first workout because the first workout you had your shoes off? That's right. It nullifies it. No, because that's the time when the shoe was attached what to the filth. Now. And the other question is that in general, istinja can be made dry istinja. As a matter of fact, that was the norm. Dry istinja is made with leaves or something like this. So the same thing when I get milk in my clothes, can I then clean it with dry earth? No. No, you cannot, because even what you are talking about, we call the that's right. That's right. When you go to use the urinate, for example, we call it istijmar. Istijmar. Now, if there is no water, first you use what? Istijmar, some pebbles, stone. You can tissue. Those days you use what? The pebble, the stone. That's what's the istijmar. What is jamra? That's the small pebbles. That's right. That's what you use, and then to clean it off. Now, and then when you get water, you clean it again with the water. Now. But if there's no water still, you are okay because it has wiped it, it has cleaned it. So now that is the sunnah. In other words, it's has been used. Rasul he mentioned that. Now that's is allowed. Now that you can use al-istijmar and qabla istijmar. So if you have used it, istijmar, you are supposed to use water also. But in that situation, the istijmar will be, if it's enough, you did very well istijmar, then you didn't have water, and you start making salah, the salah is okay now. But to have a complete istijmar, that is, you make istijmar first, and then you top it off with what? Istijmar now. That is when water is unavailable. Now, then you resort to what you call tayammum. With water. Now, how many people? In other words, how often you see people doing their own laundry with sand? Today, in Cleveland, do you do that? You cannot do that. No. In as much as you can use dirt, that's dirt. In as much as you can use dirt to purify yourself, to replace purification by water, you cannot use it to what? To wash your clothing. Now, you see, it's very, 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 inshallah, easy. And this is one of the things that Rasulullah has made it easy on us. Yes, you can use dirt nobody like to use that to put it even in his water to drink. You don't do that because you don't like it. It's not as clean as health-wise now. But you are just allowed to just use it to replace the wudu with water now. But just a need, a necessity, and if that need is gone, you don't use as a routine. Now that anytime you want to to bathe or to wash your clothing, you're just going to get dirt and then use it. I think it will dirtify your clothing. Now, then you see Adam walking with all sandy clothing around. See, what are you going to see about that? You see, walking with all sand, it's sandy clothing. You cannot do that now. First one, here's a chapter. Another issue, another topic. Faraid al-wudu. So now we have seen dirt, how we can remove dirt. And when dirt is attached to our clothing or dirt touches our body, and even it applies also to the place, if the masjid or home, the place that the spot that we are going to make salah, all those places must be free from all kinds of dirt. Now, we are going to make wudu. Faraid wudu. Faraid will be jamu what? What is faraid? Farida or fard. Now, faraid wudu, according to Shaykh al-Akhdari in Malikiya, the number is 7. There are 7 altogether. The first will be what? Aniya. Now, Aniya. Don't forget, all actions are judged by intentions. And what is the hadith that informs us that all actions are judged by intentions? That's very good. Now, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Ma'idah, يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا قمتم إلى الصلاة فاغسلوا وجوهكم وأيديكم إلى المرافق وامسحوا برؤوسكم وأرجلكم إلى الكعبين. We stop here. Now, all the faraid, as a matter of fact, are contained in this ayah. So here, Aniya. We had said that at the hadith, our Rasul says all actions are judged by intentions. Now, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O believers, idha qumtum ila salah, if you intend to what? To make salah, qumtum here, that is, idha qumtum ila salah, indama taqumuna li salah. When you arise, you make intention to go and make what? Salah. So the intention, if you intend to do something, that is what? That is intention. So it's not that you intend to go to a place, to go to the mall, but you're going to intend to what? To go and make salah. So the moment you make the intention, that's a niyyah. So you can't do anything without the niyyah. So the niyyah precedes all things that you will do. So that is the niyyah. That's important. So make intention that you are going to make niyyah to make your wudu. So that is the first and foremost of all the obligatory parts of the wudu. What is the next one? Sif, help us with the next one. Let's stop here. وَغَسْلُ الْوَجْهِ وَغَسْلُ الْوَجْهِ. What would be ghasl wajhi? To wash the face. Back again. إِذَا قُمْتُ إِلَى الصَّلَاةِ فَاغْسِلُوا وُجُوهَكُمْ. Allah says that wash your faces. Faces, wujuh. That's the word, the jam of what? Or to wash. Wash your faces. And washing the faces, all the face must be washed from the forehead around the chin up to the chin, from the side of the face, all spots must be washed very thoroughly, and that's what we call ghusl al-wajh. He did not say wipe your face, but he said wash your face. وغسل اليدين إلى المرفقين, and then to wash your hands to the elbow, because the whole hand is hand. Then you have some portions, segments of the hand, but he says to the elbow. So you wash your hand to the elbow, starting from the tips, like this, starting from the tips to the elbow. Now. Two opinions are involved here. Now, in the first place, you wash the Rasul started. People, they saw him. He said, "Make salah, wudu." All these are taken from what? The practices of our Rasul, the way he performed. He started with what? With the hand. Now, so when you start with the hand, and you come to wash the obligatory part again. In Hanabila, you just wash the whole thing again. You wash the whole elbow, including the hands. But Maliki, as we are having right now, you washed what? To the rose to the elbow, because you have washed this portion already. No. So it doesn't matter. Now, it doesn't matter. So we wash. Let us go with the washing the entire hand. Now, even though you started with the elbow, I mean the hands to the fingers, the hands up to the wrist. Now, so here we are washing the whole hand toward the elbow. وَمَسْحُ رَاسِ, wiping the what? The head. Why wiping the head and not washing the head? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that وَالْمَسْ يَخْتَلِفْ عَنْ الْغَسْلِ. It's not to wash is one thing and to wipe is another thing. To wipe is also like rubbing, to rub. Now, so you wash your face, but when you come to the head, you get to rub it, and this is how it happens, from the forehead all the way to the back. That is once. That is the obligatory one. Now, when you bring it back again from the back of the head to the forehead, that will be the sunnah. Now, so then you wash your your head from the forehead to the back. That wash, that process is obligatory. And then, are you happy with this one? وَغَسُلُ الرِّجْلَيْنِ إِلَى الْكَعْبَيْنِ. Then you wash the feet, the 2 feet to the ankle, طيب. Up to the ankle, but not beyond the ankle. It's up to the ankle, but not beyond the ankle. So the ankle must be washed from the tips. As we go on, we see how it will be washed thoroughly indeed. Now, stop there. Now, look at the ayah, back to the ayah again. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا إِذَا قُمْتُمْ إِلَى الصَّلَاةِ فَاغْسِلُوا وُجُوهَكُمْ. How do we analyze wujuhakum? Faksilu, as faksilu and then wujuhakum. Wujuhakum, the ha here, wujuhakum. What vowel do you give to the wujuhakum? Ha, there. So, in other words, faksilu wujuhakum. How do you analyze wujuhakum? How do wujuhakum analyze? Now, where is the subject? Faksilu wujuhakum. Antum. Tayyib. So are the subject. What is the object here? Wujuhakum. And the object is indicated by what? By fatha. Tayyib. So al-ghaslu goes with what? With washing of the what? Of the face. Wa aydiyakum ilal marafiq. Wa aydiyakum. Idea here also. What is the wa here? Wow. What does it indicate? Wa, attachment in conjunction. Wa aydiyakum. So aydiyakum becomes what? Part of the ghusl. So is it subject or what? It's another object, right? So second what? Second object. Aydiyakum fatha. And then continuation again. What again comes in wamsahu biruusikum. So biruusikum, how do we classify that? How do we analyze that? Biruusikum. Wamsahu, wipe, another command. Wipe biruusikum. Ba here will be what? Half gel. So majul will be ba, yeah. Naam. How's gel? So wamsahu biruusikum. Biruusikum. But it's not like biruusakum. It's not possible. So biruusikum fatha. Biruusikum wa arjulakum il ka'bayn. So you have wa here. That's what we'll ask for, right? Naturally, biruusikum. It takes the half jari and then biruusikum, and then you have wa. Have you ever thought about wa? Arjulikum? Why? Hold on. Wamsahu biruusikum wa arjulakum. اختلف القوم. But here you have two wars. The first war is taking care of the what? Wujuhakum wa aydiyakum. When you have another war in front, the war immediately after the war, ruusikum. So what? So it tells you that. So the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has stated fatha there, or arjulakum, it tells you that then the mass here, the wiping, it's not applicable to the feet. You see, it means the wiping here, just as you wipe your head, that wipe your rubbing is not applicable to what? To the feet. What is applicable to the feet is what? Al-ghasl. That is why you don't wipe your feet. What you do to your feet, what? You wash it just as you wash your hand and face. Okay, Adam, are you alive now? This is it. So, it's very interesting indeed. Now, there you are. Now, that's good. Now, good question. Now, washing is actually you pour water. You just use water and then just wash it. Now, you wash it very thoroughly. Now, wipe, it does not need much water. Just touch water and then wipe it. You don't wash it. So, that's why. You see how you wash your hands? some, if you see some people wash their hands, you think as if the whole Mississippi is being brought to bear on your hand. True or false? No, I mean, you see a whole handful of water, faucet non-stop, washing like bathing, right? No. Now, so if Allah said that the wash your head, imagine the amount of water you are going to bring to what? To wash your hair. By the time you finish washing your hair, what may happen? What may do you think may happen to your clothing that you are wearing? You are going to wet your entire body, and you want to smart out. You want to go to make salah. You are going to business, things like that. You appear with wet body. Now, so Allah out of His hikmah, He said, don't to wash your head as you wash your hand, because you are going to use more water. And if you put that amount of water that you used to wash your hand, you should use the same amount of water to wash your head, is going to be a disaster. So Allah says, wipe your head now by saying, birusikum. So rusikum here means that you are going to wipe your head, and then washing goes with the face, and then the hand, and then the feet also. Are we okay? Alhamdulillah. What delk? Yes, what is here? What delk? What delk? What is delk here? Delk is another obligatory. No? Yes, to rub it very well, briskly and thoroughly, so that no amount is left without washing. No luma is, what is luma? Luma is a spot that is not touched by water. A portion that is not touched by water is luma. You don't want to play that luma, because our Rasul said that أن رجلا رأى رجلا يصلي وفي ظهر قدمه لمعة لم يصبها ماء فأمره النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أن يعيد الصلاة. So الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم أمره أن يغسلها ويعيد الصلاة. He saw someone making salah, and at the feet, yani qadra dirham, he saw a spot about a dime that was untouched by water. So Rasulullah commanded him to wipe it, wash it, and then make the salah again. Because when you are washing your hand, or part of the place that you are washing, that portion is left untouched by water, it is, your wudu is inconclusive. Now, so you have to wash it again, and then you have to make your salah again, because the salah is incomplete also. Now, so
if someone saw you and say, hey bro, you forgot a spot,
wash it. Wash the spot, and then you are okay. Wash the entire spot. That is why Adelk is very important. Adelk ensures that all the places, all the parts are washed thoroughly, and to eliminate the occurrence of what? Aluma. Now, والفور. Al-Fawr, what's Al-Fawr? Immediately, in succession. And in Mahnabila, they call it Al-Muwala. In other words, in succession, without delay. Think about someone who is making wudu, and then a friend comes. A friend comes to talk to him about what happened to the Super Bowl, for example. And then a whole conversation ensues, talking about things that actually will distract you from your wudu. It will take time, and sometimes you might even leave your wudu to just talk to your friend. By the time you can, it may take about maybe 5 minutes talking while you are making wudu. Where's the concentration? You don't concentrate on the wudu that you are making now. So you don't have your wudu in what? In succession, in quick succession, in reasonable succession. Even if you stop a little bit, maybe you pause to maybe put your heart, your coffee in your pocket. It's a pause, it's a stop, but that is reasonable. It doesn't take but a few seconds. Now, but imagine someone is making the wudu, and in the midst of the wudu, he just pauses. He goes by to talk to a friend. A friend is talking to him, and then he stops, paying his attention to what? To the person who is talking to him. And that may take about 2 minutes or so. This is unacceptable. Now, so al-fawr is obligatory, that you have to bring the salah, the wudu in quick succession. Then you have your 4. And all these 7 must be observed. The Hanabila, they make it 6. They have it 6 now. But Malikiya, as we are having, you find that the obligatory parts of the wudu are 7 in all now. Mustahab, it's not part of it. So. Yes, in your heart, that's all. No, but, Yes, that's the intention.
But the person who migrated for marriage still has migrated. So the person who made wudu without intention, for example, it rained and I walked outside and my hands and my face and my feet all gathered. Right? I walked back inside like, oh yeah, it did rain. I have wudu now.
No, you don't have wudu. You don't have wudu. Because it is not preceded by the intention. The intention comes first. Look, all in any ibadah, where you have niyyah, that niyyah comes first. Niyyah is the driver of the vehicle. If the driver of the ship, without the niyyah, it doesn't come except at front. It's always in the front. It must precede everything else. You make your niyyah before you travel. So yes, all actions are judged by intentions, and they are not. Intention is in the heart. Mahaluha al-qalb. Intention is always in the heart, except the intention. If you want to pick your intention for al-hajj, that comes out. You say labbaik Allahumma labbaik outwardly. Now, other than that, all intentions are in the heart. You cannot come to make salah now. Wait, salah to last. No. You don't do that. Now, when people do that, tell them, brother, no, don't voice out your intention. Keep your intention inward, because it's in the heart, except in the area of Hajj, when you say labbaik Allahumma Hajj, where the intention can be heard. Now, طيب. Are we okay on this? Alhamdulillah. طيب. وسنن غسل اليدين إلى الكوعين عند الشروع. غسل اليدين إلى الكوعين. That's right, to wash the wrist. Now, cool is the wrist. Is the wrist. Cool is the wrist. Risk. I mean, the what? The wrist. The wrist is the cool. Ku'ain, the 2 wrists, both the right and the left. Now, in the ashuru, in the shuru, in the shuru, when the beginning, at the beginning. Now, because that's what we start with the beginning. That's what our Rasul did. Now, that's right. Bidayah, that's right. Shuru is bidayah. Shara, to start it in the shuru. So we are picking. Well, mother to what's mother? Well, the shark. Our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that ما منكم رجل يقرب وضوءه فيتمضمض ويستنشق ويستنثر إلا خرت خطايا وجهه من فيه وخياشيمه. Our Rasul said that any one of you who makes the wudu and then do the madmada, that is it, yatamadmad, he makes the madmada, he gargling, where he stanshiq, and then he spits out nam, where he stanthir, putting the nose, and then sniff it out of the nostril, ila kharrat khataya wajhi, the sins of his face will fall off min fi, from his mouth, wa khayashimihi, and from his nose. Khayashim, that is the nose, it's called al-khayshum, and khayashim is the nostril. So the sins will be falling out from your nose and also what your mouth. In other words, the reward. So all this wudu that we perform are a means of having our sins fall off. And that is sunnah. So we'll say, well, madmadatu, where is istinshaq, where is istinthar. Yeah, what's the difference between istinshaq and then istinthar? Madmada, that is gargling, right? That's right. And then istinshaq, when you put in the water like this, right? And then you sniff it out, is istinthar. Nothing, istinthar. Now, both of them are implied. Now, are you okay on that? To take in. Don't do it too much, else you might hurt your head. No. وَرَدُّ مَسْحِ رَأْسِ وَرَدُّ مَسْحِ الرَّأْسِ. Don't forget, in the obligatory, we say that, in the obligatory part, we say that, Masood, right? That is from the forehead to the back. Now bring it forward, that is sunnah. Now, yes, another issue. What is mas'u, and then he did not say ghaslu uznayn, but he said mas'u al-uznayn, to wipe the what? The 2 ears, it's also sunnah. Here we have something. Why? وَتَجْدِيدُ مَاءِ لَهُمَا, getting new water for it. MashaAllah. Now, this is Malikiyah. And they had a hadith to support it. That he was seen, hadith of Abdullah ibn Zayd. Now, he says through a good hadith, he said that Anna Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam masaha uthunayhi bima'in ghayri alladhi masaha bihi ras. That the Prophet masaha uthunayhi, he wiped his 2 ears bighayri ma'in aw bima'in ghayri alladhi masaha bihi ras, with the water, another water that he did not use, not with the water that he used to wash his ears. What does it mean? What does that entail? Oh, that's right. But now be careful now. the Hanabila, they don't like this. They say that al-udhunani min ar-ras. Al-udhunani min ar-ras. The 2 ears are part of them. So when you wash your head, come down to wash when you wash your head, when you wipe your hair, come down to wipe your ears, and that is enough. So you don't what? You don't use another water, pick another water to wash the ear a second time. They don't like it at all. So it is a tussle, some slight argument between Maliki and then the Hanafiya on this issue. Even though, but we don't want to take side here, which hadith da'if and that kind of thing. But Maliki are saying that this hadith, which is found in a lot of reported, this hadith is not solid, and vice versa also. That Hanabila, they are very strong that this is good hadith, and therefore you don't have to go in for another water to wipe your ear. That wiping the ear is once is enough. Now, so I just want you to know that just for to protect yourself, because somebody, if you do that, if you make tajid al-ma if you change the water to wipe your ear, somebody might be offensive. They might ask, why are you doing that? But you should be able to stand your feet and stand on your feet, and then bring the delay that it is okay, because our Rasul was spotted to do that by changing the water that he used to wipe his own ear. Now, so that is solid. Now, so it's okay, alhamdulillah, as far as Malikiya's understanding of the way the Prophet also wiped his head and also his ears. Now, وَالتَّرْتِيبُ بَيْنَ الْفَرَائِضِ. What is tartib? MashaAllah, بَيْنَ الْفَرَائِض. So, Junaid cannot start making wudu by washing his feet, and then he comes to wash his face, and then wash his hands. You cannot do that. You see, when you do that, you lose the tertib. So you start with now. But it's sunnah, so you can't do that. Sunnah, it is not obligatory, but you should not do it. You should not do it. You should not do it. Say that again. It's valid. It's valid. But yes, it's valid. But yeah, that's right. No. You have to go according to his tertib. You got to go to your tertib. No, sunnah in this. No. A tertib, not that it is not. You can do it the way you want. No, you have to do it the way it is, because you don't go out. You don't mix it up. In sunnah, in this sense, not that it is not in the same category of the farm, but not that you can do otherwise. You should do it. It's like want to make a witr, for example, witr, right? Witr. You should make witr, even though witr is not far. But if you cannot miss it either. Rakatil al-Fajr, is it far? No. So, but still you cannot leave it either. Yes, you cannot go and start your wudu by making you wash your feet first before you wash your hand. If the ayah is clear. That says it all. So this is how it has been arranged by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but you cannot say that now. Yeah, that's true. No. Now, stop there. Now, this is very important. وَمَنْ نَسِيَ فَرْضًا مِنْ دُعَائِهِ. Anyone who what? Forgets fard. Like what? Like fard. For example, you are watching, forget to wash your face. طيب. فَإِنْ تَذَكَّرَهُ بِالْقُرُبِ. That's right. As soon as he misses it, he remembers. But Father, just wash it right away. You wash it, just wash it, and then go back to continue. To wash it. So you miss your washing your head, and now you're washing your hand. Go back again and wash it. Now and then continue. Now, طيب. That is, and then the one that comes after one that you miss, because you stop it, you go to correct it, and then you come back again. What? To continue. Here's the scenario. You are making wudu, and all of a sudden you wash your hand, right? When you wash your hand, where do you go to wash? That's right. Good. And after face, after nose, where do you come to? Face. After the face, where do you go to? Arm. You didn't wash your arm, but you went to wash your head. Now, at the time you are washing your head, mashallah, you forgot. Then what should you do? No, you have washed the head already. No. You have washed the hand. You have washed it. But it's to come to what is doing, and then you go forward. Now, so if this happens, two things are involved. If, for example, time has elapsed, you remember, what do you do? Just come and wash that spot alone. If you missed your face, come and wash your face. You are okay. Come and wash your face. You don't have to do the whole wudu again. Just come and wash that spot and you are fine. And then go to make what? Because you have to repeat your salah. No. You don't have to make fresh wudu. Just wash that spot that you missed. If it's the hands, you wash the hands. If it is the feet, you wash the feet, and then you go to make the salah, and you are fine, inshallah. Aada means, you go back to it. To go back. Aada from what? Aada, i'ada, yu'idu. To go back. Now, to go back again. وَإِن تَرَكَ السُنَّةِ. وَإِن تَرَكَ السُنَّةِ. What is that? If what you missed is sunnah, like what? In wudu, sunnah in wudu. Like the mouth, for example. What do? Wash it. But are you going to make salah again? No, you don't. So he says that وَلَا يُعِيدُ صَلَاةً. وَلَا يُعِيدُ as-salah. Just wipe it. But you don't go ahead, you don't make salah again. Now, here again, وَمَنْ نَسِيَ. That's right, good. وَمَنْ نَسِيَ لُمْعَةً غَسَلَهَا بِنِيَّةٍ وَهَدَاهَا. If now is going to explain what Luma is again. First, we preempted. Now, this is the real spot where Luma is considered. You are making wudu, and then you miss the spot untouched by water. It is called Luma. Luma, you have to wash it again, because we said that Rasulullah once he saw a man who was making wudu, but he found that his feet there was a spot about the size of a dime, untouched by water. So Rasulullah commanded him and yaksilaha to wash it, and then and then make salah again. So this tells us how important it is. Now, that when you are washing, you have to wash thoroughly. Make sure that you don't rush it. You have to make sure every spot is washed well. Now, if in case the Luma was there, he did not wipe it, and then he made Salah, then he has to go back to make the Salah again, unless and until the Luma is washed. Now, whoever forgets or whoever remembers the madbada, the gargling and the istinshaq, badan shara fil waji, he has started washing his face, then he immediately forgets that he has missed the gargling and then the washing of the nose also. He does not have to return to it until he finishes wudu. Why? Because it's sunnah. See, that is the difference between the sunnah and the fard in this issue. Now, طيب. Who Shaykh, help us with this one? For the Okay. Well, no. For Du'airu, they come next in category to the sunnahs. So you have the fard, the sunnah, and also the al-fadail. Al-fadail, in other words, the mustahiba, things that are very good. They are rewarding. Now, they are rewarding. They come in category. Next in category to the sunnah, as mentioned here. So start. At-tasmiyat. What is at-tasmiyat? To say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So before you start the wudu, now the process. Before you start the wudu, you say what? Bismillah, Nam. Then you start. And then what comes after that? As-siwak. What is siwak here? Using the siwak is very good. Anytime you want to make wudu, you use siwak because it's very useful. It is sunnah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You clean your mouth. Yes, that's right. You clean your mouth. First, just Bismillah, then clean your mouth before you start the wudu. Now, before you start the wudu. Now. Now. Feel what you. Now. This washable parts that you wash, all the first, how many times do you wash your hands? 3 times. The first wash itself is obligatory. So that even if you are not able to wash the second and third, you are okay. You are okay. So the second one will be sunnah, and the third one is what? Mustahab. That's fadila. Now, so the third and the second that you wash of the first washing of the hand and the face are considered to be what? Not obligatory, but they are very useful indeed because they are rewarding. Now, Muqaddami Ras. When you are going to wipe your head, where do you start from? From the beginning? That's right. That's right. From the forehead. Now, to start from the forehead is fadila. Now, that's right. That's good. No, that's an issue. That's a good issue. Some people, that is the truth. The truth. In the majority of cases, muqaddim ras will be the forehead here. But very interestingly, others have their muqaddimah right in the middle of the hair, for example. some of their hair right here. That means that you are going to start from the head, the middle of your head. No, still start from the what? The forehead. Now, that is how muqaddam al-ras. Even if your hair starts from where? From the middle of your head. Now, so yes, if you are bald, it doesn't matter. You're a bald person, whether bald or not, you start your wudu from what? Washing the head from the forehead now, and not from where the bald starts from now. Now, وقلة الماء على الوضوء. وترتيب السنن. We said you have to arrange the sunnahs as they come. In other words, arrangement is very important. Now, it's very important now. So, at-tartib in Hanabila, they consider it to be what? Fard. Yes, fard. We are talking about here. He mentioned sunnah here, but in Hanabila it is fard. Now, tartib bin al-faraid, because you can't wash your feet before coming to wash your head. Now, so it's fard. So the tartib here, the Shaykh has placed it as what? As a fadail, very useful and then rewarding indeed. And then here he mentioned وقيلة الماء على العضو. وقيلة الماء, what is what? That's right. So here you are. It is obligatory to achieve what we call a delk, true or false. That's right. Now let us be practical. Let us use our own judgment. If you are using more water as opposed to someone who is using scanty water to wash in order to attain what we call delk, to arrive at delk, which of the two will achieve a delk? The one who uses more water to wash, or the one who uses a certain minimal or scanty water to wash? A delk. What did we say a delk is? To wash briskly and then thoroughly, briskly, to ensure that to make sure that every place is thoroughly washed. You attain all the spot you want, and you have a whole water, so much water, and then scanty water. What do you think? Which of the two do you think will attain the delk? A little water? The minimum, I agree. You know, listen, because when you put more water on it, your hand will be running. Hand will be running, very slow, slippery, right? So that you cannot attain the delk itself. So you'll be running. But when you are using scanty water, that scanty water will what? Will urge you to what? To actually rub it very thoroughly, make sure that every spot is taken care of. And that's why Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, do you know how much water he used for his wudu? Huh? Our Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, do you know how much water he used for his wudu? A handful of water. Just a handful of water. A handful also. That is how Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam made his wudu. Handful of water. So the opinion that, like you see people, the opinion that use water, when you turn on the faucet, water just flowing. First, water is being wasted. That is israf, right? And israf is good or bad? It's bad. So even if you live in the midst of the lake or the ocean, still you have to minimize the use of water. No. So Rasulullah, he used this handful of water to make his entire wudu, and that will bring about a delk, very thorough washing, very well thought of, because the water is scanty. You make sure that every spot is taken care of, every water is taken care of, as opposed to so much water that you don't care because there's the water to let it flow. No, there's its wastefulness, and it doesn't achieve the delk that we are talking about now. Now, the wood, that's at the spot that you are washing. Al-udwa means the spot that you are, the part that you are washing. Now, وَتَقْدِيمُ الْيُمْنَى عَلَى الْيُسْرَى. When we are washing, what's the process? Do we, in terms of succession, do we right before left? That is fadila, it's mustahab, it's preferable. It's preferable that you start with the right first before the left. Now, where again? ويجب تخليل أصابع اليدين. تخليل that. Now, you see, أصابع اليدين, that is the fingers. تخليل means you make sure that you wipe it thoroughly. You rub the fingertips in between the fingers, wash them very massive, thoroughly. Now, so if you have a ring what do? You have to move out the ring. You may not take it entirely, but you get to be moving it about as you keep washing and rubbing it very hard. Now, that's takhleel. Rub it very well so that water touches every portion. You don't leave a luma. Now, that's the meaning of takhleel asabi al-yadin. Now, and then وَيُسْتَحَبُّ فِي أَصَابِعِ الرِّجْلَيْنِ. So it's also preferable, not just the fingers, but also the toes. Now, here is the issue. Now, in Hanabila, they prefer, how do you wash the toes? We can borrow from Hanabila here. When you are washing the toes, you start with, you wash with what? Your finger, your left finger, what do you call it? That's right. The last finger, because that is able to what? To travel through the toes. And is able to reach the toes more than all the fingers. So start from the right side, right foot, or the toes over there. When you finish, and start from the left side also. So it helps you to attain what? Takhleel asabi al-yadayn, and then as well as the asabi al-rijlayn, both the fingers and the toes. Now, طيب. The next one, Junaid, help us with this one. Or you know where we are right now? ويجب اللحية الخفيفة في الوضوء دون الكثيفة. So here we have اللحية الخفيفة. What is اللحية? That's right. طيب. And then you have اللحية, the human, the beard. The man's beard is of two kinds. You have الخفيفة. Well, خفيفة كان داودي وعبد الكريم. إذا خليفة كثيفة. نعم. طيب. نعم. So I don't think it's no, I don't think it's also خفيفة. It's not خفيفة. Look like we have our brothers have massive beard. But we don't. That's right. Now, so all of us, our beard here is what? It's khafifa. So wash thoroughly. Just wash all thoroughly. Now, what the khafifa, like some of the brothers we see, like that comes to us, you don't wash it thoroughly. Just wipe on it. That's fine. Now, you don't go into it all the areas and wash it because it is so massive. That's khafifa and thaqila. Now, kathira, khafifa. So that is the difference between the wiping of the what, of the beard. As far as the face is concerned, you wash it, you go to it and wash it thoroughly. You achieve the takhleel when it is massive and khafifa. Now, kathifa means kathira wa thaqila. Mukathif, nani. a lot, massive. We know what you are talking about. We have some beard. Really, they cover every spot. We are up to the chest. You don't just wipe it out. There's a wash it, but you don't go inside and then wash it. As you wash them, your beard and my beard and Ayubi's beard. No. طيب ويجب تخليلها في الغسل ولو كان كثيفا. Now here we are talking about two issues. Here we are talking about wudu, right? But now when it comes to janaba, if it is, for example, janaba, it doesn't matter whether it is kafifa or khafifa. It doesn't matter. You have to wash it. Water must go to every spot now. So when you come to al-ghusl, that is ghusl here, is ghusl janaba. In janaba, you have to wash every hair. Every hair must have water. Now, inshallah. So that's how you have to wash everything. I think maybe we'll get to stop here, right? 8 minutes. Okay. So we should continue. Bismillah. Okay, let's continue. Are you back to me again? Or first one. No. First, what are we doing? What is the stop? Nawaqid wudu. What is nawaqid? Things that nullifies, you said cancels that go or invalidates wudu. Things that when you do your wudu is what? It's gone. Now. Let nawaqid wudu. Never ahdath, that the filth itself. Now, ahdath means the filth themselves, like urine, feces, and those things, using the bathroom. All these are ahdath, or passing air. All these are ahdath. Then you have asbab, the reasons why the wudu is nullified, like sleeping. When you sleep is it dead? Is it filth? No, but it's a reason, sabab. So we say asbab jamu sabab. So we say ahdathun wa asbab. Now continue. Stop. So he's giving examples of what the ahdath, like what? Al-bawl, what is bawl? Urine, khalas, or urination. Al-ghaith, the other one, number 2, that's right. And then al-rih, that's good, very good. You're not good on something. Well, Masjid is a discharge that comes before the urine. Now, wadu, another discharge, but normally it is a little bit thicker and it is whitish or milky, you can say that. Now it's called wadu. It mingles with the urine. Now, in qasada. Naam. So, naam, or wajadaha, naam. Wal asbab, that is the things, causes. Oh, excellent. The causes that will what? Nullify the what? The wudu. Anom thaqil. Deep sleep. So, well, oftentimes, when you are in a sitting position, maybe you are taking, you know what is going around you. Somebody comes to tell you, it's time for salah, go and make wudu. You may not, after all, have broken your wudu. You are sitting in a sitting position like this, but you know what is happening around you. You are not out of your mind. You still have consciousness. Now, you are not in a state of unconsciousness. But if you are as deep asleep, and oftentimes when you are lying down, most of the time you are deep asleep. You don't know actually what is happening. And the brother comes to tap you. No, you what? You jump out, that kind of thing. You show some kind of, you are shocked. Something that you are surprised. What is it? Now, that kind of situation signifies that your wudu might have been broken. Now, so to be able to correct that situation, yes, you need to have wudu. Now, so that is a cause that breaks your wudu. It calls for what? Changing your wudu. That's what we call an-nawm al-thaqil. Now, wal-ighma. Wal-ighma, state of unconsciousness, or faint, to collapse. It's all ighma. You can say even epilepsy or epileptic. You can say that so also. If it happens that you become unconscious, you collapse, you faint. You don't know what is going on around you. And if you happen to have wudu, that wudu is what? It's null and void, it's nullified, it's broken. Or sukru. What's sukru? Drunkenness. La samahala. Don't make wudu and drink. And don't drink and then make wudu. If that happens, you have to what? Make wudu afresh. Your wudu is null and void. Tayyib. Wal junoon. That's right. Lose your mind. Lunacy. You don't know what is happening around you. If you happen to have wudu, that wudu is also rendered null and then void. It's invalidated. What qulba? Kiss. That's all. Now, okay. Now and then. No. Say, kissing to have to with the intention to gain pleasure. With the intention to gain pleasure. That's right. With the intention to gain pleasure. That's what is stopping. Now, next one. Ayubi. And to touch a woman with the intention to get the pleasure, passion, and then you attain the passion also. That if you are in a state of wudu, it's null and void. Do we stay after? Do you stay after? No, it's okay. It's okay. We can continue. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, continue. The last one. Kef. But now. So when you touch your private with what? Here's the cuff. Use your hand, right? You have dhua here, the outside of the hand, and then the batin on the inside, right? If the outside of the hand touches your private, it doesn't nullify your wudu. But if the inside of the hand, like this, the red part, touches it, even the tips, it nullifies your wudu. If it touches directly, not with directly without any clothing or a piece of maybe pants, no, or a towel, no, but it's a direct touch without any intermediary, then it notifies your wudu. May Allah make it on our face, inshallah. هذا وللحديث بقية إن شاء الله والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد عليه الصلاة والسلام سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون السلام عليكم.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استووا اعتدلوا. Straighten the lines, foot to foot, shoulder to shoulder. Don't leave any spaces for the shaitan. Allahu Akbar. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. يا أيها الذين آمنوا أنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا بيع فيه ولا خلة ولا شفاعة والكافرون هم الظالمون. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي فمن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذ كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا وكنتم على شفا حفرة من النار فأنقذكم منها كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تهتدون ولتكن منكم أمة يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر وأولئك هم المفلحون. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله سمع الله لمن حمده.